Imagine you're standing in the middle of a storm. The wind howls. The sky cracks with lightning. Around you, the world is spinning, screaming, tearing itself apart. Yet within you, there is calm. A deep, unmoving center, a place untouched by the chaos. This isn't a fantasy. It's not reserved for monks or philosophers of old. This is what true strength looks like. This is what inner peace feels like. And it begins not with controlling the world, but mastering yourself. In a time where noise is constant, distractions are endless, and anxiety seems to be built into the pace of life, there's a path not taken by many. The path of the still mind, the calm soul, the unshakable person. This is the path of Stoic resilience. Not rigid, not cold, but powerful in its calm, sharp in its clarity, and rooted in a timeless wisdom that has guided emperors, warriors, artists, and thinkers for centuries. And now, it's your turn. Stoicism is not the absence of emotion. It is not indifference. It is not apathy. Stoic strength is about understanding what's in your control and what isn't, and choosing to put your energy only where it matters. It's waking up and asking yourself, what can I shape today? What must I release? It's the strength of a tree that doesn't resist the wind, but bends with it, survives the storm, and still stands. Stoic strength is saying yes to reality, even when it's harsh, even when it hurts. And then asking, what can I do right now with what I have? It's not about being invulnerable. It's about being unbreakable. At the heart of Stoic wisdom is a simple, powerful idea. There are three things in life: the things we can control, the things we can influence, and the things we can't control at all. Most people waste their energy on the third. They scream at the news, obsess over opinions, try to control outcomes and people, and they suffer. The Stoic sees this and does the opposite. They focus on what is theirs: their mind, their choices, their attitude, their effort. You can't control if someone likes you, but you can control how kind you are. You can't stop the rain, but you can decide whether to complain or dance in it. You can't undo the past, but you can choose to learn from it. This clarity is power, because when you stop trying to control what you can't, you reclaim your energy for what you can. Modern life sells comfort as the goal. Easy meals, fast answers. Avoid pain. Avoid effort. But deep down, we know the greatest things are on the other side of discomfort. Every strong body was built through resistance. Every wise soul has walked through darkness. Every unshakable mind has learned to sit in silence and pain without flinching. The Stoics didn't seek out suffering for glory, but they didn't run from it either. They understood a secret. Discomfort, when chosen with intention, becomes training. Wake up early, not because it's trendy, but because it disciplines your will. Take cold showers, not to suffer, but to remind yourself, I can choose discomfort. I'm not a slave to comfort. Say no to instant gratification, not to deprive yourself, but to train your mind to value long-term growth. Every act of chosen discomfort is a brick in the fortress of your soul. Discipline is not punishment, it's preparation, and it makes you free. What if you didn't just accept what happens in life, but learn to love it? That's the meaning of amor fati, to love one's fate. Not because everything is perfect, but because everything is useful. Everything is fuel. A failure? Good. A lesson? A betrayal? Good. Now you know who's real. A loss? Good. Now you understand the value of what remains. When you embrace life fully, its beauty and its brutality, you stop resisting reality. You become aligned with it. You stop shouting, "Why me?" and start asking, "What now?" This doesn't make you passive. It makes you powerful. Because when life throws you into the fire, you no longer panic. You look at the flame and say, "I will burn, and I will rise. You were born, and you will die." This is not meant to frighten you. It is meant to wake you up. Memento mori, remember death, is not a morbid idea. It's one of the most life-affirming. When you remember how short life is, you stop wasting it. You stop arguing over petty things. You stop waiting for the perfect moment. You stop numbing yourself with distractions. You start loving more fiercely, acting more boldly, living more deeply. If today were your last day, would you spend it scrolling, complaining, regretting? Or would you speak the words you've been holding back? Would you create, explore, forgive, embrace? Every day is a gift, a coin you never get back. Spend it well. What stands in the way becomes the way. This is perhaps the most famous Stoic idea. It means that every difficulty you face is not blocking your path. It is your path. That heartbreak? It's teaching you strength. That failure? It's pointing you toward humility. That delay? It's building your patience. Instead of asking, "How do I avoid this pain?" ask, "What is this pain teaching me?" The Stoics believed that adversity doesn't reveal weakness. It reveals truth. It reveals character. So the next time life knocks you down, don't curse the fall. Learn how to fall with grace and rise with purpose. Because the obstacle is the way. You're not in the past. It's gone. You're not in the future. It's not here. You are here. Now, in this breath, in this step, in this moment. The Stoics were some of the original practitioners of presence. They understood that anxiety comes from trying to live in a time that doesn't exist yet. That regret comes from living in a time that no longer exists. But peace is here. Now, breathe deeply. Feel your feet on the floor. Look at what's around you, not what's on your screen. Speak with intention. Listen with curiosity. Act with purpose. The present is not just where you live. It's where your power lives. Everything external can be taken from you. Money, status, comfort, even your health. But your mind? That is your fortress. If you build it right, it can't be broken. Fill it with wisdom. Train it with discipline. Shield it with reason. The Stoics practiced mental strength daily. They journaled. They reflected. They examined their thoughts like soldiers inspecting armor. They understood. You are not your thoughts. You are the thinker. You are not your emotions. You are the observer. And with training, you can shape your mind like a sculptor shapes clay. When your mind is fortified, nothing outside can defeat you. In a world obsessed with likes, followers, and applause, the Stoic seeks something quieter and deeper. Character. Reputation is what others think you are. Character is who you are when no one's watching. Reputation fades. Character endures. Every time you tell the truth when it's hard. Every time you keep a promise when it's inconvenient. Every time you act with kindness without needing to be seen. You strengthen your soul. Don't chase the spotlight. Be the fire that burns regardless of who sees it. Stoicism is not something you read once. It's something you do. Every day. Morning. Reflect. Ask what kind of person you want to be today. What obstacles might arise? How will you respond? Midday. Pause. Check in. Are your actions aligned with your values? Evening. Review. Where did you do well? Where did you slip? What will you do better tomorrow? This routine is simple, but powerful. It builds awareness. It builds intention. And over time, it builds you. not into a perfect person, but into a present one, a powerful one, a peaceful one. The world will always be loud. Storms will come. People will disappoint. Plans will shatter. The future will remain uncertain. But you can be the calm, not because you're special, but because you choose to live by principles, because you train your mind, because you've learned to let go of what doesn't serve you. You don't need to escape the world to be at peace. You need to return to yourself, because within you is a quiet place, a fire that doesn't flicker, a strength that doesn't scream, and when you touch it, you become unshakable. If this message grounded you in your own strength, give it a moment to settle. Then, like a true Stoic, act with purpose. Like, share, and subscribe to help others find this path. Let's build a quieter, stronger world together.